It's dirty. Bang, bang. Beautiful. David's guiding me right here. Half the jack's in the fucking floor. So now we got our little turbo on deck. Oh, she dirty. See? It's dirty. Alright. Oh, wait. Look at how that bottom looks. Ooh. David's done clay barring it. Bang, bang. Beautiful. Get ready to see our reflection in the fucking thing. After this buff and polish, bang, bang. Alright, she is all nice and clean and purty. Pulling her in. David's guiding me right here. Left. Yeah. Forward. That's good. All right. Sweet. It's really weird. These brakes feel odd. Whenever we brake, we always feel like the whole front section of the car, wheel-wise, drivetrain-wise, is just like moving. So, can't wait to lift the front end of this thing up and see kind of what's under there. And fingers crossed, hope for the best that everything looks pretty good. But as of right now, we do have a brake light. I thought it was from this because I disconnected that wire that goes to it, but it's obviously connected. I connected it back together, but it still popped up. Tire pressure and ABS and traction control, but traction control's on because ABS is on. So let's lift it. Let's see what we can see. All right, we're rolling all the windows down, and we got David about to throw in some magic real quick because it still smells like vinegar.
Yes,
in
sir.
this bitch.
I'm about to hit some baking soda.
Before the battery dies again.
You just cut me.
They're good. This has been though. We don't want any dust falling in here anyway. So David over here got some odor eliminating baking soda.
Yeah.
So he's tossing some of that Joan in here.
Yeah.
He's gonna go all the way around with it, and hopefully it's supposed to let us lift up more dirt.
Yep. And it's supposed to take the smell away.
And it smells good already. Wow. It smells like fresh laundry.
That's the idea.
Yep. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's go.
Why am I struggling?
Just don't break the mirror. Yeah! Half of the fucking jack's in the floor. Ah, yeah.
That feels like your ground.
It's because the asphalt's fucking shitty.
And wet and like weak.
Nah. But half the jack's in the fucking floor. So now we gotta lift it back up and fucking take her
Yeah, but
out.
look how much angle we got.
Yeah.
And the whole car wet.
Yeah. I went fucking, yeah. That's wild. Alright. Try again. Alright. Got the one lower pan out. Second lower pan out. And it's fucking disgusting. So there's a bunch of like leaves and nuts and stuff like that. So we probably had a couple squirrels living in here at one point. David's over here playing with the trunk a little bit. Trying to buff it, see what he could get out. Definitely coming out way better. Alright guys, we are in the RAV4 right now. I was playing around with the BMW little loft camera while me and David were on like a little lunch break. I did figure out the water pump is a bad thing, not the thermostat. So I'm gonna return that thermostat, get our money back from that one, and then we're driving right now for a used water pump.
What was the deciding factor that made you realize?
Deciding factor? Okay, there's like this test sequence apparently for an electronic water pump.
Gotcha.
That BMW has, where it's like you turn AC on or like a heat on max, and then down to fan, and you put only one dot for fan, right, the lowest setting for it, and then you hold the gas pedal for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, you let go, bang, you go to the front, wait like 30 seconds or so. If the pump doesn't turn on, the pump's not working. We got our little turbo on deck. There we go, water pump secured.
90 beans.
Yeah, little 90 bean instead of 100. So we got a little $10 off.
Yes.
Nice and easy, and we got it on the spot right here, so I don't have to order on Amazon.
Yeah,
wait
Dom
fucking
decided
some
an
time.
hour ago that he needed a water pump. $90 later, and an hour later we're here, so we're happy.
Beauty, beauty.
Certified.
So I'm gonna clean this up probably just before I throw it in, just because it's a fucking nasty. But should be good to go. Alright, I'll pop all the hoses off of the thermostat, and it's making a mess. We'll just let her drain. So I'm going to be taking this. This is the thermostat right here. Gotta have to take that out, and then this is the pump right here. So there's two 10 mils at the bottom. Knock those out. Once I get the whole pump and disconnect all the hoses, because there's another hose you can see way back there. Hopefully, I can pop those hoses off, and then we get to the pump. Swap that out real quick, and then test out the pump, see if she works. Next one, gonna be these one. There we go. That one's off. All right. We got David on the ones and twos. Giving her a little balky. Over here. I just pulled the old pump out, put the new pump in. Good to go. All right. Sweet. I put everything back in. Everything in. Good to go. Except obviously the covers and stuff. But thermostat and water pump are in. Now I'm just basically filling her up, letting her drain or bleed out and stuff like that. Wow, David is over here messing with, trying to get to this like crazy setting. This little Easter egg setting on the dash for coolant temperature and a bunch of other settings, right?
Confused right now. Hold on, give me a second here.
Yeah, it's the last 5. As you can see, this place is cocained up. Jeez. Boom. We are now in the future, the next morning. Yesterday, we were playing with the little coolant. Dave was playing with the dash a little bit, trying to get a coolant temperature kind of gauge situation on the dash. Didn't work out, but the coolant did. Car stopped overheating. Everything's working perfectly fine, and we're not leaking any coolant. So coolant is done. We're good, right? No more overheating. Now we're on the next step of checking this thing out. Oil. Today is a big oil day. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain the oil first. Then we're going to actually pop out that level sensor because I think it's leaking out of the level sensor if I'm not mistaken. And then the valve cover gasket and all the seals and fun stuff and everything came in late last night. So we're going to swap all that stuff out. That's pretty much it. Let's get into it. Let's do it. All right. See if I can do this without getting too dirty. All right, that took way longer than expected because I've done this before and I thought it was going to be a little easier, but obviously it isn't. So, finally got this thing out. These gaskets are literally, if you could hear this, they're rock solid. Like, they're literally rock solid. So, I'm going to take a couple minutes, pop all this stuff off. I do have some brake clean, do have some rags, and I do have the new gaskets. So, I'm going to redo all this. I'll probably get some RTB and get on maybe a few of these corners. Because you can see, like, this one right here, like, that's definitely where I was leaking at one point. The corners over here, when I pulled those bolts out, those weren't even tightened. Because the back bolts are very, very difficult to get to. You have to get, like, 2 different swivels on one ratchet and everything just to get to them. But I got to them. I'm going to try to clean all this, like, nastiness out and, like, yeah. So I'm going to have a lot of fun right here. Just give me a couple of seconds. All right. Gonna pop up the power washer real quick. Clean these belly pans and actually the valve cover as well. I gotta bring this one outside though. Gonna hit it with a power washer, probably some soap, degreaser, etc. And just try to clean these things up because they are nasty. All right, cool. Let's do all right. Power wash this bad boy. I'm just letting her dry so I have her in front of the old Dynaglow. So I'm just gonna let her dry up. Get her a lot of the rubber stuff came off, like the gasket maker and all that stuff. A lot of it came off. A lot easier than like sitting there scraping everything. So power washer was definitely elite on that. Just gonna wait this to fully dry, front and back, because I think the front's still pretty wet. Front and back. In the meantime, I did pop under here. Don't have any light under here, but did pop under here. Cleaned up a bunch of oil that was just sitting all over and all underneath the oil pan and just a bunch of other stuff. And then in the meantime, I pulled down a little sensor. Remove this sensor. Gonna swap out the O-ring. Maybe put a little RTB on there because I know these things are constant for leaking as well. And then throw it back in there. I have to make sure on the oil pan itself, it's nice and clean surface area for the sensor to click up and make a nice seal. So let's get to cleaning all that. Shoo-wee! She is nice and clean. Beautiful. Super clean all the way around. I'm super hyped. Hopefully this makes a real nice seal. Sadly, valve cover's still not dry. Front and back aren't dry just yet. So, gonna put a little hiatus on this. Not gonna do anything else really in here. Everything else underneath is installed. So I actually took that sensor out that I showed you. Put a new O-ring. Put some RTB on that O-ring as well. Slipped it back in there. Bolted the 3 bolts in, or the 3 nuts in. Put the oil drain back in, tighten that up so she is good and ready to get oil inside of her. But I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, put everything back together, and then put oil in it because I don't want that RTB while it's still wet and not dry just yet. I want that RTB to make a nice solid seal so I don't have any problems or leaks later on. That's pretty much it. I'm just gonna swap out this filter that came with the car when we first bought it. So hopefully this is the right one, but let's see if it is. Boom. And she's in. Gonna put the rest of this back together, and that is gonna end it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dominic. This is MDP Auto, and as we always say, make your dreams possible, boys. Let's go.